All right, good morning, everyone. Dan here with tradingology.com in the trading room for July 8th, 2021. We got a Thursday coming at you. Stay tuned. We will be announcing the winner of the Amazon gift card for the most recent quiz that we took out there, asking you guys what you want to see, in the upcoming live trading session that we're going to be offering to members, new members, whatnot. But we have a lot of requests that people are asking for the things they needed most, and we asked that in some of the turnout. So we are going to pick the winner of that later on. So Dave, don't let me forget that. Welcoming Dave from our Strong Market team. Good to see you. Happy Thursday, sir.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
Oh, look at you. You got the moon behind you. I figured with the market in turmoil, I had to get a little more calming background for you and pull up one of my most recent stays. So
yeah, well, I've been thinking about taking that trip with Bezos.
There you go.
I'm just trying it on for size.
You're trying to beat him to it. There you go. It's a race, right?
Yeah, it is a race to space.
I like it. Good to see you, Terrence. Thanks for joining us. And if anyone's not watching, the markets are not happy at the moment. I'll pull up some headlines just to give you guys a reference, but just came back above negative 500 on the Dow. NDX is down 167 or over 1%. SPX is also down over 1%. Let's see, where is the Russell 2000 is leading. The futures are down 1.35 and the RUT's down almost 1.5% as well. So red across the board. We'll pull over what they're claiming. Let's see, it was just recently down 500 points and amid global economic recovery concern. That's their excuse for today.
No, it's not. There's just more sellers than buyers.
Supply and demand, right?
Supply and demand, as we always talk about in the spreadsheet. We saw that the MT volatility went to 103% yesterday. When it's under 100%, there's more buyers than sellers. When it's over 100%, there's more sellers than buyers.
Yeah, not well formed yet, but we have seen bearish herding coming back in, so that's part of it. Yeah, flow pipeline, everything was bearish here. Swing signals down, buy sells going down, long-term signal, the LT signals going down. So we've seen this coming, and the day before we had a print of negative 16 on that supply demand indicator. We did have a PA of 234. That's why I wasn't looking for another major slide yesterday, so that kind of helped in that it didn't go down 500 points because that was the expected. Yesterday, what the expectation was a 442 down day. So that was we didn't immediately drop off that 200 point day drop. So that held it up that afternoon, but today it's coming in full circle. Same thing kind of applies, not as bad, but similar on the NASDAQ sheet. If we look at pipelines flashing red at us, not at 100% on empty vol yet, but look at this, it jumped 6%. That's a big jump in one day.
It is, yeah.
From 88 to 94, and everything else is also bearish indication. So we've seen this coming, let alone as Dave takes profits.
Oh, actually, I just entered a position.
There he is. The SPY VIX on a weekday.
I took some off. I just put one back on.
Yeah. Anybody out there trading, highly recommend. You know what you're doing. This is a very volatile environment. I did grab a quick short trade on the NQ that I was literally in for 15 seconds. And I pulled off $100 in 15 seconds. So I said, all right, that's good for today. Because I had to do the trading room, so why not?
That's what you got to do. Although when I updated the spreadsheet last night at 6 p.m., the indication there over 103% on MT volatility kind of gave me a clue on a swing trade that we're going to go lower today. So when the market started sliding around 8 o'clock or so, I took a little short position. I closed out this morning at about 6:30. It was down about 500 points. So that worked out pretty well. Yeah,
exactly. That's what we're talking about, overnight trade. And put on a short here. YM was up at 34.5. There you go. It was pretty level until midnight or so, it looks like my time. And then it looks like the Asian market just started the downslide.
Yeah, well, no, actually it was about 2 o'clock. So the European session starts about 3:30. Eastern time, and 2 p.m. it started taking a slide lower. No real news at the time. I mean, there's nothing going on that would indicate that the market was going to, go down 500 points, or we're going to lose 60 handles on the S&P. So, I'm always skeptical when the market drops, 1% on news, because that's very short-lived. But there was no real news here.
Sure. Terrence says he's getting killed in the demo account. What are you trying to trade, Terrence? Is it after the open, or did you open a swing trade and go long? Curious if you want to share, if we can help you out in your demo trading there while you're getting better.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we're here, guys. Ask questions. Let's find out what's going on, and so we can help you in any way we can. Tom's here. Good to see you, Tom. Kyle, good morning.
Tom, I'm representing my background just for you, buddy. This is looking for your neighborhood. He should recognize where I am standing right now. If anybody doesn't know, this is the top of Pikes Peak.
Nice.
Not quite the summit, but pretty close. That's what it looks like from up there. In case you've never been, I give it a top 10 road ever to drive on. The drive up there is fantastic.
Nice. All right, starting to see a little second leg here kind of kick in. Let's see what happens. I took another little short position here on M2K and MYM. We'll see what happens.
Speaking of the internals too, we should mention that we've talked about many, many times, and maybe this is the beginning of the major drop. We will see. But SpyVix indicator gave us on a weekly chart 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of hey, bad news might be coming. We'll see if this is the beginning of it. But true trend day possibility to the downside. We opened up more than negative 2,000 on the issues, and we are stair stepping down. Looks like we had one tiny green leg. So if you want to get to be a stickler, true trend days off, because a true trend day should be everyone should be red outside of the first one, because the first one paints different. But we are still on the cusp of very well being the true trend day. So it's one of those sell the rallies, leverage the other strategies when you see an opportunity and multiple things line up, which I did with that short scalp, which I only needed to hold for a few seconds. And I was like, okay, I don't trust anything, which I was happy because it went against it after I was out, but then it came back. So I don't have to worry anymore. But that's part of it. This is one of those sell the rally type days. I mean, we're just above all the extremes here. I'm squeezed in so you can see almost the zero lines here, just so you can see where we are. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, when we're on the XL, the market timer XL, when that's above 80%, it's what we look for a true trend day to start, but also just the general direction of the day. When it stays above that level, it's going to be a rough day. We may not close at the lows, but it's still going to be a rough day as far as volatility goes. Lots of selling coming in. We also had, and you noticed in the Slack channel this morning, that the SDs were really getting killed, and that's institutional selling. I think it was like minus 26 when you mentioned.
Yeah, the SDs were, let me pull up the picture that I grabbed. But look at the STs. STs were over negative 100 for the strength indicator.
Yeah, that's really strong. That's strong selling pressure right there.
Here's the picture that I snapped shortly after the open that I shared, where we were negative 69 and negative 318 on the ST.
Wow. Yeah, that's extreme selling pressure. That's why we have these instruments. You don't want to fly a plane without instruments, and you don't want to trade the market without instruments. And that's exactly what they're designed to do, to give you, a bearing on, what direction the market's going to go in. I mean, I guess everybody's question though is, is this going to be a one-day event like it typically is? I think a lot of traders are, skeptical of one-day declines, and then, the market bounces back all the time. We've been conditioned to believe that the market's going to bounce back.
Right.
But there's going to be that one time it doesn't bounce back. So we'll see.
Exactly.
I don't know if this is it or not, but we'll see.
And if you're playing with margin, that'll liquidate your account in a hurry. So be careful for anyone out there doing that with us here now or watching the recording. If we look at the Dow itself here, we had this big gap up that it did fill the day after, but we're right at that level of this previous gap. So
yeah,
that's kind of interesting. Or but we are below the 50 now. It broke below. We'll see if it closes below. That's the key. We're early in the day. We've only been open over an hour now. But look at how extended on a daily chart the NDX still is above the 50-day moving average. I mean, that's just crazy. That's literally the simple moving average 50 right here.
Wow. Yeah, that's a
Not
pretty
even
big
counting
gap.
the 200 way below it. The
Yeah.
tech is so overextended.
Where's the 50 on the Dow?
We just broke the 50,
We
the
broke through it?
200s.
Yeah, where's the 200? Wow.
200s way down here at 31.5.
Yeah. So 31.5, that's a 3,000 point drop, approximately 2,500 points. Mental math here is going to be about 8%, 7-8%. So that would probably be the typical type of sell-off that you would expect after the long move higher that we've had. That's pretty typical.
And it was, I'm trying to remember exactly, a few months before this time last year where we started hitting those limit down days. Could that be in our future? We will see.
Oh, yeah. Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Right? Then how
This
many do we
last
have
year.
there? It started to become the norm for a while there. There was 3 or 4 days in a row there we had limits.
Yeah. Well, there were tons of limits in 2008, the end of 2008. Oh my gosh.
So
it was like every day.
And they did see, let me pull this guy over since it is Thursday, and we do always watch the new unemployment claims. Grab my browser here again. I think Bloomberg had called it out. U.S. initial jobs claim slightly up, but it's still near the pandemic low because they were expecting 345 and they got a 373 number. So we're back in the red on the unemployment claims. So surprisingly, it's not a 2% rally based off of what they usually do.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
But yeah, unemployment rates higher, went from 2.9 expectations to 3.1. So it's ticking up back over 3.1 for their manufactured number here. Trade balance was red. This is the Forex factory one. So we can also pull up different market calendars, but it's the same results for these. So we like to keep an eye on those. So yeah.
Also, I mean, you can take a look at, I mean, that's not in there, but commodities, one real, a big mover today that we talked about this morning was seed.
Yeah. I have a few small positions on. I was looking at seed and seed was up almost 30%. What's it doing right now?
30%.
Oh, it is over 30% now, 30.5.
Yeah.
Look at that. Let me
Not sure what the news
so you
is.
guys can see.
I haven't done any research on that. So let me do a quick search. See if there's anything in there.
We'll pull up seed for you guys here so you can see it. Daily chart. It's already coming back down a little bit. It was up above 10.
Well, according to the Pulse, investors are responding positively to Origin Agritech's announcing that it has received approval from the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs for 4 of its new hybrid corn breeds.
Oh yeah, look at the volume, just went through the roof today. I mean, it normally only trades 1.8 million shares, 1.6, 2 million, maybe 2 million shares a day. Today it's traded over the normal daily minute amount already. In the first hour of trading, we've already broken the daily typical volume. We're already at 2.5 million shares traded today. So everyone's jumping in this. Apparently they're probably taking profits as well at the same time if it went from 7 yesterday to 10 today.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're gonna sell it a little bit because it has bounced off the bottom, but maybe those who wanted to get out, they figure this is a good time to do it. But I like seed long term. I would view this level down here as a potential buying opportunity, maybe within the next week or so.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think I've been in this one for quite a long time. It's just a small little holding I had when we got into our commodities positions. I actually had a, let's see, I don't even see it. I'll find it later. Numbers are too small on that screen. But look at this. It's almost like a sideways head and shoulders here predicting the drop.
Yeah.
One shoulder head and the other shoulder up a little higher than it, or an
Well,
extended one.
yeah, that $18 level was area support. When that broke, then we got into a more severe downturn. But long term, I like seed, and it's going to be one of my long term holdings. And when I say long term, I'm talking 5-10 years.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at, I think I'm slightly underwater because I got in above this, so this might be a good time for me to add on. So I might just do that. Dollar cost average. Speaking of, there was, I think someone was asking about any changes to your beaten up stock strategy that you want to just, anything new on your radar?
The only one I've been kind of looking at is GoPro, not a G Pro. If you want to bring that up, just kind of take a look at that. That's been beaten up pretty bad. I think it had a little bit of a run, and now it's just kind of bouncing off of a bottom here, but it's starting to form what looks like a kind of a bottoming pattern here. So, it was down around $2 at the low. Started moving higher. I kind of identified it back in September when it was around 4, and I think it still looks relatively positive here. I wouldn't buy it. I don't think I'd buy it above $10. I think if we do get a little bit more of a pullback here, it's very attractive under 10.
Yeah, it looks like it's following a little trend line right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we've already broken that previous high going back to August of 2017. And so, we could go back up to maybe $17, $18 on it.
Yeah, you could have a target up here. Like you say, if you can get it under 10.
Mm-hmm.
Let me zoom in on this guy so we can actually see more of the days here. That's actually a sweet spot if it comes down and bounces off this guy. All right, we appreciate that, Dave. Obviously, no advice, you guys always know, but put some fishing lines in the water and see if you catch a whale. Or even just pull in a little catch and release, grab some off the table. Another potential opportunity there.
Yeah, I'm not really looking at too many of those type of stocks right now because I think we are going to go into a weak phase of the stock market. And so there aren't as many attractive opportunities for those beaten up stocks as there were, like at the beginning of the year. And also, I'm really, really focused on the US dollar going up, commodities going lower. And when that happens, when we get a peak in the US dollar, I think it's a good time to, again, not financial advice, just what I'm doing is kind of loading up on commodity stocks.
Yeah, taking a look. Let me look, see what USCI is doing today. I haven't looked yet. Commodities, it's kind of hovering. It's down 0.5% right now, but no real major moves happening right now in USCI. It's kind of in a zone. Let me pull this up once. I'm kind of check this out. Let me move this picture over.
Yeah, and
it's back in this range.
Yep.
That it busted out of and came back to and bounced off of a couple times. So we're inside this zone again. We'll see if it follows this channel. Will it drop back down for another buying opportunity? 37, we'll see. Or if people want to get in more, like you say, might drop again and then reload.
I think that's where it's headed. I think it's headed down to that lower area. Probably right in line with a rally in the US dollar. And when that happens, it's going to be a good buying opportunity. So right around that 37.59 mark you got there is, I think, probably pretty good place to start looking.
Still holding true. There you go. All right. Let me move this guy back over. Well, before I forget, since we're at 10 minutes to go, we threw out a quiz and a bunch of people answered it. So thank you for all of you that gave replies. And Dave and I are working on the content to deliver you that course content that you need to help with your trading. So we're going to do these live only. And this is not going to be something that we put together that's offered as recordings later. So look for the info coming soon. We haven't released the offer yet. We're still in the stages of building and creating, but just to give you guys a little heads up, it is coming. The exact cost we'll put together for you but it looks like it's going to be a couple different options for timing for, days of week, number of weeks kind of thing. So we're filtering out what you guys gave us for feedback, and what we're going to do now is draw the winner of the $100 Amazon gift card. Dave has no idea what numbers are assigned to what people. We had 34 people that replied, so thank you to those 34. Actually, there was a few more, but some didn't complete it, so their email address didn't get included. So for future reference, if you ever have a quiz like this, make sure you go all the way to the end, and we'll find out who you are so you can win. So we basically have Dave's going to be our random number generator between 1 and 34, and that is completely random. He doesn't know who's tied to what number, so you pick a number. So I have from 1 to 34, so you can pick 34 if you want to. That is a person, but don't go 35 or above.
Okay, well, I used Google's random number generator, and I will put a screenshot into the chat. And
All right.
I think I can't put a. Can I put a?
Maybe you can shoot it over to the Slack channel and I'll pull it up.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it into your private room there.
And
that is the
feel a drum roll. Feel the suspense building.
Yes.
Random number generator says 20. 1 to 34. Number 20 is
the winner.
Number 20 is the winner. And I don't know his first name actually he's got one of those cryptic emails, so I will be contacting him. It starts with an O, I'll tell you that. So sorry, okay. Tom, it's not you, Terrence, Kyle. Sorry guys, it's not you guys, but OLU, that's the clue. Tom wants a recount. You saw it live, baby.
And we didn't cheat because I don't know the names, and I just put it in randomly here. So there you go. Whoever the winner is,
my cheater not to give away any information.
Congratulations. Awesome.
Here's the random number generator of 20. Oh, excuse me, I lied. It's CIN. Oh, I looked at it wrong. Line 20.
Number 20. Oh no.
That's the winner. Sorry, OLU. Let me see if I can see Cindy. Cindy, you know who you are. You are the winner.
Congrats.
Good job, Cindy. Thank you for supplying your information. So look forward to that coming out. It's probably going to be, we might do 2 options. We might do a 5-week option and a 2-week option. Maybe we'll do 2 separate classes. We're still working it out, guys. So thanks for that. What's Tom wants his recount. Tom's funny. I love it. I think Dave was just happy that he gets to pick the winner.
Yes, I was. I never had a chance to pick a winner before. I'm so excited.
Woo, woo. And look forward, we'll do more of this, guys. So look for more giveaways, and I'll give you a little teaser too. I know we did a site revamp a couple years ago. There's another one coming. Wow. It's going to get even better. We're trying to make your guys' lives as easy as possible. So we got all kinds of platform stuff happening for you. So look forward to that coming too in the future. There might be a little transition time, might be a little bumps and hills on the road, but we'll get through it. And I appreciate you guys. If you got any questions ever along the way, always hit us up on email, support@tradingology.com. And as you guys know, Tradingology is an authorized reseller of the strong market scripts and strategies and whatnot. So we can help with that if you need it. And that support team is always there for you as well. And Slack channels. Use those Slack channels, guys.
And coming up, July 21st.
Oh yes, Wealth Masterclass. Since we did take some time off in June, we are getting the July one going. We'll probably run one more just to make sure we have 12 for the year. And just to let you guys know, that will probably be the end of that Wealth Masterclass group meetup, because that'll run for basically 24 months. So it was all of 2020, and this will circle out 2021. So we'll have 24 meetups that have happened there, give or take. But yeah, in is that 2 weeks yesterday? Let me look at my calendar quick. Yeah, 2 weeks from yesterday is the next Wealth Masterclass for those active members. So mark it on your calendars. We'll be updating the site so you have that info as well. We'll keep you guys posted.
Perfect. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, with that, Dave, I think we'll wrap her up. So you guys trade carefully out there. It is a highly volatile day. Let me take one last peek on the internal, see if we've broken that true trend yet. I'm betting it's thinking about it. It's
It's
at
thinking
negative
about it.
2100.
It's threatening that 2000 line. It's got to hold that line. But if it does, I think we'll probably see lower prices. I'm going to throw out a prediction that we're going to be down about 800 points today.
Ooh, there you go. We are currently at 475. So you're over halfway there.
We'll see what happens.
Awesome, Dave. Thank you everyone for coming. We will see you guys next Tuesday. And we'll see you in the Slack channels in the meantime.
All right, guys, have a great day. Talk to you later, Dan. Have a great weekend.